setting new standards in podcast excellence. You have joined the WBT, fully focused on business and taxes. Here is your host, Michael Lodge.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Michael Lodge. So let's talk about California just a little bit, because those of you who are taxpayers in California are being ripped off. You're being ripped off because you're being sold a sack of goods from the liberal politicians up in Sacramento who are so corrupt that they're telling you a lie. And the lie is that they have not done anything positive for this state or for you as a legal Californian. They haven't done anything. But what they have done and what they're trying to do is make this state a failure. A failure at taxation, a failure at development, a failure at infrastructure, a failure at almost everything. Let's look at the 20% poverty rate that we have in the state of California, because so many people are coming here to get all the freebies that California offers. We've got a high population of homeless within our cities that are causing so much stress upon the legal Californians that live here. We are having the middle class move out of the state of California to other places where it's easier to start a business, it's low cost, lower taxes, and in some cases no state tax whatsoever. So California is beginning to push people out because of their liberal politics. And the biggest issue that we have at the moment is the sanctuary cities that the socialist government up in Sacramento and around the state within the cities themselves, Los Angeles, San Francisco, who are the two biggest culprits of destroying this city. We as Californians have got to stand up. We've got to fight back. We can no longer have a state so out of control that we are losing very good taxpayers. We're losing good citizens. And they're being replaced by individuals who roam the streets of Los Angeles and San Francisco and other communities around them, because city mayors are not cooperating with the federal government in removing the most dangerous criminals here from other countries. This is not an issue of racism. This is an issue of laws and government officials breaking laws, challenging the Constitution of the United States. And it happens every single day. I applaud those cities, Escondido and Orange County cities and other cities around the state who are beginning to stand up to bad government. The cities who are fighting with the lawsuit with the federal government to stop sanctuary cities and sanctuary state. I applaud you. I continue to encourage every single one of Californians, each of you, to get up and stand up and begin to fight back against bad government. Bad government that puts your lives at jeopardy, that raises taxes, that creates laws that are the most stupidest laws in the books. They're so concerned about you drinking coffee and labeling it as a cancer drink, but yet they're willing to have a dangerous criminal stand right beside you we have a state of an emergency in California. We have politicians, we have Jerry Brown, we have Gavin Newsom, we have all of these individuals that are so far to the left that they use no common sense to work for the good of legal Californians in this state. I know I keep talking about this, and every other day it seems as though I'm coming on to my podcast and talking about California. Well, I'm doing it because I have a business here. It's a tax advisory and business advisory firm. And I hear a lot of stories from a lot of different people of how California is about ready to push them out. They're just about ready to make that decision to leave California because it's no longer a viable place for them to live or to raise their families. We have an educational system that is 45th from the bottom of all the states because it's so poor, it's so bad. That is not acceptable to Californians. But you don't hear California politicians addressing the issue. Instead, you hear them hate Trump, hate conservatism, hate people who disagree with them. It's all that they do is preach hate. But they do nothing to address the problems of this state. And that's why you and I have to be vigilant about pushing these individuals out of office. Get them out of office. Vote them out of office. Repeal them out of office. No matter what you have to do, get them out of office because you cannot trust them any longer to lead this state to be the great state that it used to be. Can you imagine? We have the most beautiful state in all of the United States, of all the 50 states. We have a beautiful state. We have the mountains, we have the seas, we have the amusement parks, we have the cities that have tourism, we have the most beautiful oceans and beaches that you will ever find in any other place in the world. But yet we cannot no longer live here because we have a issue with politics, where politicians do not want to do anything for the legal Californians, but instead they want to protect the illegal individual that has snuck over the border, that have committed a crime. Can you imagine Governor Brown pardoning two illegal aliens that had high crimes? The worst kind of crimes that you would ever want to be associated with. But what did he do? He pardoned them. So what are we going to do, California? I think really it's time that we say enough is enough. We want our state back. We want lower taxes. We want lower gas taxes. We want to repeal the gas tax. We want to get rid of liberal politicians that are so socialist in nature that they will destroy this great nation, this great state of ours. We have to vote them out of office. We have to stand up. If there's a city council meeting where they're going to vote on going against the sanctuary city, support them. Support them who fight against the sanctuary state that we have currently in this California. You wonder why, as an accountant and as a tax person, I am worried about this. It's because I'm seeing too much waste. If you look at the railroad project that Governor Brown is working on, he is billions and billions and billions over budget. a train to nowhere except debt. It can't even make it over the mountain of debt that it has currently. We have a problem. And as an accountant, I see that we are so badly managed financially. We have so much waste going on in government that you and I pay for in our taxes. It's time that we put a stop to this and get better people in government that will help Californians instead of their political careers or their political power base. Anytime that you have a group of politicians that are pushing a political agenda, it does nothing for the people that they represent, but it does a great amount for the politicians who are there, because they are building their power base. And their power base is to take over your life and my life with more and more regulations, more taxes, more social welfare as they spread it out for more people to get on. This is not right. This is not what California is supposed to be. California was the dream. The people that came here for the gold rush because they saw a dream. They saw a way that they could make money, and then they built hotels, and then they built cities, and then they built shipping ports. But now what we have is a government in Sacramento that is fighting against small business. I see it every single day in our tax practice and accounting practice. I hear the problems. I hear the stories that people tell me of as they're trying to just deal with their property taxes with the city of Los Angeles. And how many months that it took for them to resolve an issue. And yet the city of Los Angeles just fought them until finally my tax client was able to win. We have a problem. We have too many politicians in this state who are so left that they're destroying this state. And now it's time for you and I to take it back. It's time for you and I to say, okay, enough. We have got to do better as citizens. We've got to do better. So I challenge each and every single one of you who listen to this podcast. I hope that you will take some time. Take an hour out of your day to write your senators, to write your congressmen, to write your state assembly people, to write your state senator, to write the governor's office and say, enough is enough. Stop this sanctuary city and state nonsense. Because this is not what California is about. We obey the laws. We respect the laws, and we enforce the laws. Californians, get off your butt and do something for your state. This is Mike Lodge for the WBT, and we'll talk with you soon.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
World of Business and Taxes on WBT.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.